Good morning. I need you to stop whatever you are currently doing and give your full attention to what I am about to share, because this information has the genuine potential to change the way you walk, the way you carry yourself, and the way you experience every single day from this point forward. Most clinicians will hand you a pamphlet about protein intake and consider that sufficient. But today, I am going to share something the conventional medical community almost never takes the time to discuss properly. The specific foods that, when consumed during the early morning hours, can actively help slow and in many cases reverse the muscle breakdown that is quietly taking place in your legs right now. And yes, I am deliberately using the word reverse, because regardless of your current age or physical condition, it is genuinely not too late to make a meaningful difference. For many years, I have worked alongside people who had completely convinced themselves that their weakness, their declining stability, their struggle to climb a flight of stairs, or their difficulty rising from a chair without using their arms was simply an unavoidable part of growing older. That belief is one of the most harmful and inaccurate ideas ever accepted as common wisdom. And today, we are going to dismantle it completely. Were you aware that consuming just one specific food before 8 in the morning could potentially slow the biological aging of your leg muscles by nearly a full decade? I am not referring to any pharmaceutical product or expensive supplement. I am talking about an ordinary, familiar food that almost every person has encountered at some point in their life. Yet the vast majority of older adults walk right past it every single morning without realizing what they are leaving behind. Before we get into the details, I would genuinely love to know where in the world you are watching from today. I make it a personal commitment to read through every comment on this channel without exception. So before we go any further, I want to ask you something. How old are you right now? And what is the one physical activity that you absolutely refuse to surrender, no matter how difficult things have become? Whether that is taking your dog for a morning walk, dancing with your grandchildren at family gatherings, or tending to your garden with care and dedication, please share that with me in the comments below. Your answer matters to me, and I want to hear it. Quick word before we continue. I put together a simple guide to help older adults improve balance, build strength, move with more confidence, and stay independent for as long as possible. If that sounds like something you would benefit from, you will find it linked in the description. I will not mention it again. Now, let us get into today's topic. Emerging research is now pointing clearly to the idea that incorporating the right foods into your morning routine could help adults over 60 maintain meaningful leg strength, improve overall stability and balance, prevent those disruptive nighttime leg cramps that steal your sleep, and meaningfully reduce the risk of progressive muscle deterioration. Millions of older adults gradually find themselves depending on walkers, canes, or wheelchairs, or losing their ability to move freely through life because of this progressive and largely silent condition. The most difficult truth is that the majority of them never knew this food strategy existed. And making things worse, many people unknowingly accelerate their own muscle decline every morning by choosing the wrong foods at the wrong time. So let me ask you something direct. Could you be weakening your legs every single morning simply because you are missing the right combination at breakfast? Stay with me through the end of this video. I will not only show you exactly what to eat immediately after waking, but I will also walk you through 5 simple and genuinely satisfying breakfast ideas that can help you stay strong, balanced, and fully independent well into your 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. And that final food on the list may genuinely catch you off guard. The sensation of your legs becoming less reliable with each passing month is not something you are obligated to accept as permanent. Reaching 60 or 70 does not mean you have to surrender your ability to walk with confidence. The truth is that you can turn this process around. And the best part is that doing so requires no medications, no expensive equipment, and no exhausting exercise programs. It begins with something deceptively simple, yet extraordinarily powerful: the very first meal you choose to eat each day. This might sound too straightforward to be meaningful, but the breakfast you choose each morning can either actively protect your legs or slowly erode them over time. The majority of adults over 60 approach breakfast in entirely the wrong way. They skip it altogether, replace it with a cup of coffee, or reach for nutrient-empty options like white toast or sugary cereal. Even more concerning, many people drift through the entire morning on nothing but water or black coffee. What does this produce? The body enters what is called a catabolic state, where it begins actively breaking down its own muscle tissue to obtain the energy it needs to function. And do you know which muscles are targeted first? Your leg muscles, the very same muscles responsible for walking, standing upright, maintaining your balance, and protecting you from dangerous falls. Research has consistently shown that older adults who consume a nutritious morning meal containing the right combination of ingredients can recover a meaningful portion of their lost leg strength within just a matter of weeks. And the encouraging part is that these foods are affordable and available at any ordinary grocery store. You simply have not been combining them correctly or eating them at the most effective time of day. Over the next several minutes, I am going to walk you through 5 simple yet scientifically supported breakfast foods that are proven to help preserve leg muscle, restore balance, reduce cramping, and rebuild strength before it slips any further away. And at the very end, I will reveal one unexpected food that has helped hundreds of older adults reclaim their mobility with just a small portion eaten in the morning. If you have ever believed that lost muscles simply cannot be rebuilt, I encourage you to stay right here. You may think very differently by the time we are finished. Here is the reality. After the age of 60, the body naturally begins to lose muscle mass, and the legs are among the first and most significantly affected areas. This condition is known medically as sarcopenia, and it is one of the leading contributors to mobility difficulties, problems walking longer distances, trouble rising from a seated position, deteriorating balance, and ultimately the need for assistive devices. What makes this process particularly deceptive is that muscle loss produces no pain. There is no fever. There are no dramatic warning signs. It progresses quietly over years. One day your legs simply feel heavier than they used to. Another day you notice yourself stumbling slightly when stepping off a curb. You tell yourself that you are simply getting older. But that explanation, while understandable, is not accurate. Aging itself does not weaken your legs. Losing muscle does. And these are different things with different solutions. Major health authorities have warned that adults over 60 can lose up to 13% of their leg muscle mass in just 10 years if no corrective action is taken. When leg muscles shrink, balance deteriorates, walking speed slows, and the risk of falling increases dramatically. Circulation declines, mobility becomes progressively more restricted, and over time even sleep quality and cognitive sharpness can begin to suffer. The emotional weight of feeling increasingly trapped inside a body that no longer responds the way it once did can be completely devastating. So why does all of this matter most in the morning specifically? Because after 7 to 9 hours of sleep, your body has been fasting. Without incoming nutrition, it begins using muscle tissue itself as a fuel source. This is a particularly damaging process for older adults whose muscle regeneration capacity is already considerably slower than it was decades earlier. If you do not interrupt this catabolic phase with the right breakfast, your leg muscles begin breaking down before your day has even properly begun. Because the legs contain the largest muscle groups in the entire body, losing mass there disrupts your overall metabolism, reduces circulation, and sets off a cascade of problems including cramps, tingling, numbness, unsteady steps, and declining coordination. The encouraging truth is that your body can still respond and recover if you act with some consistency and intention. By eating the right foods at the right time, you can genuinely rebuild muscle, Improve your balance, reduce cramping, and reclaim your independence one morning at a time. So please keep watching, because what comes next is the practical information that can actually change things. Consider the story of a man I will call Thomas, a 69-year-old retired construction engineer. For most of his working life, Thomas climbed scaffolding and hiked terrain across the country without ever feeling like his body was holding him back. But recently, simply getting out of bed in the morning had become a genuine challenge. His knees felt stiff when he first stood up. His feet often felt heavy or numb, and his first several steps each morning were slow and uncertain, as if he were trying to get an old machine running again after a long period of sitting idle. One morning, while reaching down for the newspaper outside his front door, he caught his foot on the step and stumbled. The fall itself was not severe, but the fear it produced was profound. In that single moment, he understood that he was losing something far more significant than just physical strength. He was losing his sense of who he was and what he was capable of. His wife had already noticed the change. His pace had slowed. His walks had become unsteady. He needed both hands on the armrest to push himself up from the sofa. He had stopped enjoying the morning strolls that had always been his favorite part of the day, and then the nighttime leg cramps began waking him repeatedly. Thomas did not have diabetes. He did not have arthritis. He did not have any serious diagnosis that explained what was happening. What he was experiencing is what many clinicians quietly describe as the after 60 shift, the period when muscle loss accelerates silently but powerfully, particularly in the legs that carry your weight and stabilize every movement you make. After that fall, Thomas began searching for answers with real urgency. He consulted with a nutritionist. He read everything he could find. He watched health videos late into the evening. That was when he discovered something he had genuinely never considered before. The strength and condition of your legs is significantly determined by what you choose to eat in the morning. So he changed his routine. No more skipping breakfast. No more black coffee on an empty stomach as his only morning nutrition. Instead, he began eating foods that contained exactly the nutrients his muscles had been quietly starving for. Nutrients that help restore circulation, rebuild tissue, reduce inflammation, and improve balance. Within 3 weeks, the change was noticeable. Getting up felt easier. His steps felt steadier. The nighttime cramps disappeared entirely. Within 2 months, he was walking 2 kilometers every morning without needing to stop and rest. Today, he often turns to his wife and says with a genuine smile that he feels like he has his legs back. One simple dietary adjustment, no medication, no formal physical therapy, and Thomas had reclaimed his strength, his energy, and his independence. That same possibility exists for you. You simply need the right food at the right time each morning. Now, let us go through the 5 breakfast foods that helped Thomas and thousands of other older adults build stronger, steadier legs. Number 1. Whole eggs. There is almost nothing as straightforward or as effective for rebuilding leg muscle as a properly prepared egg. Eggs contain virtually all of the essential amino acids your body requires for muscle repair and recovery. But the true power lies specifically in the yolk. The yolk is concentrated with vitamin D, vitamin B12, choline, and leucine, an amino acid that directly triggers muscle protein synthesis, the biological process absolutely essential for preventing and reversing muscle loss after 60. Current nutritional science recommends around 3 grams of leucine at each main meal, together with 25 to 30 grams of protein to counteract the loss of lean mass in older adults, a target that eggs can effectively help you reach Pro-3-sem. Eggs also support the neuromuscular system, helping to sharpen coordination, improve balance, and make walking more stable and controlled, while reducing the risk of falls. The vitamin B12 contained in the yolk plays a specific role in protecting the myelin sheath surrounding your nerve fibers, improving communication between your brain and your leg muscles. The result is smoother movement, more reliable balance, and greater confidence with every step. Eggs also provide highly absorbable iron, which supports blood flow and oxygen delivery to leg muscles, a nutrient that is frequently deficient in older adults without them realizing it. For the best results, eat both the yolk and the white within 1 hour of waking. Boiled eggs are an excellent preparation because they retain their full nutritional profile without requiring added fats. For variety, scrambled eggs with fresh spinach or chopped tomatoes work beautifully, as both are rich in antioxidants and magnesium, nutrients that provide additional protection to the muscles of the lower body. Maintain this habit consistently for 30 days, and you will very likely notice fewer cramps, stronger legs, and meaningfully greater ease when rising from a seated position. Number 2. Oatmeal with chia seeds. A bowl of oatmeal topped with chia seeds provides your legs with the kind of steady, sustained energy they need to function well throughout the entire morning. While eggs supply the protein required for muscle building, oatmeal delivers a continuous stream of nutrients that support muscle function and physical endurance. When combined with chia seeds, this modest and inexpensive breakfast becomes a genuinely powerful tool for older adults who want to preserve leg strength, prevent further muscle loss, and support healthy circulation. One of the most important compounds found naturally in oats is beta-glucan, a form of soluble fiber that helps reduce inflammatory activity in the body, improves nutrient absorption within muscle tissue, and stabilizes blood sugar levels throughout the morning. Recent studies have shown that beta-glucan from oats can significantly lower several age-related systemic chronic inflammation markers, and that regular oat intake helps alleviate muscle atrophy over time. This is particularly important after 60, when metabolic function has naturally slowed and blood sugar regulation becomes less efficient. Chia seeds bring an additional layer of benefit by providing omega-3 fatty acids, calcium, potassium, and magnesium, all of which are essential for healthy muscle contractions, efficient nerve signal transmission, and the prevention of leg cramps. Magnesium helps muscles relax fully after contraction. Potassium maintains electrolyte balance and supports circulation so that oxygen and nutrients can reach even the smallest and deepest muscles in your legs. Preparation is simple. Cook 3 tablespoons of rolled oats in water or unsweetened plant-based milk until soft, and then stir in 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. A few slices of banana or a small handful of blueberries add natural sweetness and valuable antioxidant protection. Eating this warm within 1 hour of waking allows older adults to experience better balance, fewer leg cramps, and noticeably improved endurance through the day. Nighttime cramping often diminishes substantially within a few weeks, signaling that the muscles are finally receiving the nourishment they need to repair and rebuild overnight. Bananas deserve their own special mention as nature's electrolyte food for very good reason. Their potassium content makes them particularly effective for preventing leg cramps, supporting circulation, promoting smooth muscle contractions, and maintaining leg strength over time. Eating a banana shortly after waking is optimal because the body is typically at its lowest mineral reserves first thing in the morning. A medium banana provides approximately 400 milligrams of potassium, roughly 10% of the daily requirement. Without adequate potassium, muscles can misfire or spasm, leading to painful nighttime cramps or uncomfortable leg twitching while resting. Bananas also supply vitamin B6, which supports the nerve communication pathways between your brain and leg muscles, enhancing both coordination and balance. However, it is important to note that not everyone can eat bananas without some consideration. Individuals managing type 2 diabetes, blood sugar concerns, or kidney disease should exercise appropriate caution since elevated potassium intake can affect both glucose regulation and heart rhythm in certain situations. For those individuals, a slightly underripe banana is preferable, as it contains less sugar and more resistant starch, which is digested more slowly. The best timing is after your main breakfast, rather than on a completely empty stomach, paired well with oatmeal, chia seeds, or Greek yogurt. For most healthy older adults, one small banana in the morning provides meaningful protection for leg muscles, supports improved stability, and helps slow age-related muscle decline. Number 3. Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is one of the most effective breakfast foods available for addressing the gradual muscle breakdown that takes place overnight during sleep. Compared to standard yogurt, it contains nearly double the protein concentration because of the triple straining process that removes the liquid whey. For adults over 60, the slow-digesting casein protein within Greek yogurt provides a sustained release of amino acids that actively support leg muscle maintenance and repair during the morning hours. During sleep, the body enters a fasting and muscle breaking down mode, and the age-related hormonal and metabolic shifts that occur after 60 make muscle recovery progressively slower than it once was. Without adequate protein consumed early in the morning, the muscles of the legs, which are especially vulnerable to deterioration because of reduced activity levels and declining circulation, may continue to break down rather than rebuild. A 170-gram serving of Greek yogurt delivers approximately 17 grams of high-quality protein, including leucine, the amino acid most directly responsible for initiating muscle protein synthesis. It also provides calcium and vitamin D, two nutrients that together support bone health and neuromuscular coordination, contributing to better balance, walking efficiency, and stability during daily movement. The probiotics found naturally in yogurt support digestive health and also help reduce systemic inflammation and improve nutrient absorption, both of which benefit healthy circulation in the legs. Research has found that older adults who consume 20 grams of protein each morning while engaging in light physical activity experience significant improvements in measured leg strength within just 6 weeks. For individuals with lactose intolerance or sensitive digestion, lactose-free Greek yogurt or varieties made from goat or sheep milk may be more comfortable options. Always choose products without added sugar, as excess sugar promotes inflammatory activity, interferes with muscle recovery, and causes undesirable spikes in blood glucose levels. Greek yogurt is best consumed within 1 hour of waking or shortly after light morning movement. For additional nutritional benefit and flavor, top it with a small amount of unsweetened berries, a sprinkle of cinnamon, or a tablespoon of chia seeds. Because of its exceptional protein content, easy digestibility, and genuine versatility, Greek yogurt ranks among the most reliable morning foods for building leg strength. Number 4. Salmon and other fatty fish. Including salmon, mackerel, or sardines in your breakfast, at least twice each week, represents one of the most powerful strategies available for supporting leg muscle recovery after 60. These fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA, which help improve insulin sensitivity in muscle tissue, reduce chronic inflammatory activity, and enhance the body's capacity to absorb protein and synthesize new muscle. Together, these effects help older adults preserve existing leg strength and meaningfully slow the natural muscle loss that accompanies aging. Meta-analyses have shown that omega-3 supplementation has a positive effect on overall body muscle mass and strength in older adults, and a landmark randomized controlled trial found that omega-3 fatty acids stimulate muscle protein synthesis in older adults and may be useful for the prevention and treatment of sarcopenia. These benefits extend into walking ability, measured balance, and a meaningfully reduced risk of falls caused by leg weakness. The omega-3 content specifically combats the low-grade chronic inflammation that quietly undermines lower body muscle over time, a process that operates largely below the threshold of conscious awareness. Salmon is additionally an excellent source of highly digestible complete protein, providing approximately 20 grams per 100 grams of cooked fish, alongside vitamins B12 and D, which support the nerve-to-muscle communication essential for coordination and confident movement. A simple and satisfying preparation is to pan-sear fresh salmon in extra virgin olive oil for 3 to 4 minutes per side and serve it alongside roasted sweet potato, lightly steamed vegetables, or sliced avocado for a nutrient-dense, protein-rich morning meal. If fresh salmon is not consistently practical, smoked salmon or high-quality fish oil supplements are reasonable alternatives, though whole food sources remain preferable whenever accessible. Older adults who experience difficulty digesting fats, have concerns about liver health, or are managing elevated cholesterol should start with smaller portions. Choose baked or steamed preparations, and if appropriate, discuss digestive enzyme support with their healthcare provider. Fatty fish acts almost like a natural conditioning treatment for your muscles, keeping them flexible, resilient, and capable of recovering from the demands of daily life. Even one serving per week can contribute to stronger legs, improved balance, and a noticeably more active and confident lifestyle. Number 5. Sweet potatoes with mineral salt. One final, surprisingly effective and affordable breakfast that delivers remarkable benefits for leg health is a gently steamed sweet potato, lightly sprinkled with natural mineral-rich salt. Unlike many products positioned as superfoods, this humble kitchen staple can produce profound effects on muscle health and mobility when used consistently and strategically. Sweet potatoes are concentrated sources of complex carbohydrates that help replenish muscle glycogen stores fast. Their natural starches release energy gradually and steadily without producing rapid blood sugar spikes, which helps prevent the morning fatigue, weakness, and leg cramping that many older adults experience before they have had a chance to properly eat. Research continues to demonstrate that high-fiber breakfasts paired with mineral-rich whole foods consistently produce measurable improvements in balance and a meaningful reduction in falls over time. Preparation could not be more straightforward. Lightly sprinkle a small amount of Celtic sea salt or natural mineral salt over half of a warm steamed sweet potato and eat it approximately 10 minutes before your main breakfast, alongside a glass of warm water. Practiced consistently, this simple habit may meaningfully reduce numbness, cramping, shakiness, and instability while standing or walking, serving as a quiet but powerful foundation of support. Eating a nutrient-rich morning meal is absolutely essential, but certain daily habits also play a significant role in preserving leg strength and balance alongside the right foods. There are several simple morning practices that can make a real and cumulative difference. First, drink a glass of warm water with a small pinch of natural mineral salt immediately upon waking. This helps restore electrolytes, support healthy circulation, calm the nervous system, and reduce the likelihood of muscle cramps developing later in the day. Second, spend 3 minutes performing simple standing leg lift and balance exercises. Lift one leg 2 to 4 inches off the floor. Hold the position for 10 seconds and then switch sides. This targets the muscles of the calves, thighs, and hips while progressively improving balance and coordination. Third, avoid rising from bed too abruptly. Instead, take 3 slow, deep breaths. Sit up gradually and gently rotate your wrists and ankles before standing. This helps reactivate circulation and may meaningfully reduce morning dizziness and the associated risk of falling. Fourth, spend at least 5 minutes in natural morning sunlight. This supports vitamin D production, strengthens bone structure, and improves calcium absorption, particularly in the ankles, feet, and lower extremities. Fifth, do not delay your breakfast for hours after waking. Extended morning fasting accelerates muscle breakdown. If a full meal is not immediately available, even a small portion of steamed sweet potato, a boiled egg, or a bowl of oatmeal is enough to shift the body from muscle breakdown toward muscle repair and recovery. By consistently combining these morning habits with the 5 breakfast foods covered today, eggs, oatmeal with chia seeds, Greek yogurt, fatty fish, and sweet potatoes with mineral salt, older adults can make genuine and measurable progress in leg strength, circulation, and balance, while actively working against the muscle loss that aging would otherwise accelerate. Remember that even the smallest consistent actions taken each morning accumulate into meaningful long-term results. Taking ownership of your health each day allows you to maintain the confidence, freedom, and quality of life that make every other part of living worthwhile. Your legs do not have to yield to the passage of time if you give them the right nutrition and support them with simple, repeatable daily practices. By staying informed, eating foods that are truly nourishing for your muscles, and implementing these habits with consistency, walking with confidence, maintaining reliable balance, and living actively can remain completely within reach long after the age of 60. If today's video has given you something valuable, I want to ask you to do 3 things. First, if you have not already subscribed to this channel, please do so now. I publish videos like this one every single week, specifically designed to help you take meaningful control of your health and your daily well-being. Second, click the like button so that this important information can reach other older adults who may be quietly dealing with exactly this situation right now and who need to hear it. And third, leave a comment below answering this specific question. Which of these 5 morning foods are you going to begin with? And which physical activity are you most determined to protect and keep in your life? I read every comment personally, and your response directly shapes the topics I bring to you in future videos. The scientific references supporting everything discussed in today's video are available in the description box below for anyone who wishes to explore the research further. Take care of your legs. Take care of your independence. And remember that every good choice you make this morning is an investment in the freedom and confident movement you will experience tomorrow and every day that follows. Wishing you strength, steadiness, and vibrant health for all the years ahead.